dominance and destiny. How will Taylor handle this event, this opportunity to turn it around?
Will it be round 1 of the rematch, or is it round 8 in Atlantic City? Some of that depends on who lands the first big shot. Kelly PAVLIK just missed with a glancing right-hand chopping blow. Taylor goes to work with his jab, which some regard as his best weapon. And the crowd begins to chant for PAVLIK.
For them, this is a tactical start to the fight.
Good thudding jab by PAVLIK. Knocks Taylor back a half a step. Emmanuel, what do you see so far?
Well, I was really concerned about who could establish the best jab, because Jermain's biggest punch has always been, what attracted him to me was his left jab, a great left jab. And Kelly in the last fight surprised me by actually out-jamming him. So it's going to be a jabbing contest at the beginning. Whoever can establish a jab, I think the best is going to really just set the pace for this fight.
Having trained Jermain Taylor for 4 fights prior to this one, you see anything different that he's doing compared to what he did with you?
Well, I think he's working behind his jab, and I think he seems to be I just see more determination in his face for this fight than he did in the first fight. Seems to be, and he's more settled. He was very hype and very nervous for the last fight.
Good jab by Taylor. Snaps PAVLIK's head back. PAVLIK returns the favor. Both have landed their jab in the first round. Good body shot by PAVLIK as Taylor missed over the top with the right hand. Good jab by Taylor. Right and a left. A good sharp hook inside by PAVLIK.
PAVLIK notably trying to keep his gloves high so they can't get caught by one of those big looping punches.
See, Jermain's strategy for this fight, I figure, was to try to outdo what he's doing. But the only thing that concerns me, when he gets tired or he gets under pressure, will he resort back to the habit he's had for the last couple of years, which is going straight to the ropes, in addition to dropping his hand?
Hard right hand by PAVLIK. How does Taylor respond? Left hook by PAVLIK. Big left hook by PAVLIK. But Jermain Taylor comes back. Will PAVLIK get over anxious? Taylor not badly hurt, though he's landed some big shots, has Kelly PAVLIK. And now Jermain Taylor with a shot. And a good left hook by Taylor. Both guys are making a mark in the first round, just as was the case in Atlantic City. Another right hand by PAVLIK. That one a little bit more extended. Not quite as thudding as the first one.
Taylor might have won the jabbing contest in that round, but PAVLIK landed the bigger shots.
Bingo!
Jermain, go to his weak side. He's going to his strong side, going to the right hand, baby. Now let's go to the right side. Hey, stay behind your jab, son. Speed. Don't stay in the pocket. Once you get your punch off, flip. Go point.
Talked about, we got him going backwards. Once that happens, we got it. But you got to stay busy. You got to keep your hands up. Don't get lazy in there. Beautiful one. Take a deep one for me.
One more. One more.
Here you see Kelly land his signature punch, which is a jab followed by a right hand, and Jermain really got caught. He didn't do anything wrong with just perfect left jab that obstructed his vision.
CompuBox numbers in round 1. Kelly PAVLIK, 26 out of 66, including 14 of 39 jabs. Taylor, 17 out of 51, 13 out of 41 jabs. So they were really even in the jab category, according to CompuBox. And just as Larry said, PAVLIK landed the bigger shots. Harold Letterman gives the first round to Kelly. Emmanuel, how significant is PAVLIK's height, given that Jermain Taylor is a tall middleweight and has seldom, if ever, faced fighters taller than himself in his weight category?
I think it's a good factor because of the fact that not only is he taller, he fights tall. And Jermain has a tendency sometimes, as he goes on, and not only will he drop his left hand, but he bends his head down lower to make it easier to get hit with right hands. And Kelly has studied him very well over that. But Kelly fights tall in addition to just being tall.
This is round 2, the round in which Taylor nearly knocked Kelly Pavlik out in Atlantic City, and Jermain Taylor has landed some very healthy shots in the first minute of this round, continuing to jab very well, as is Pavlik. It's an offensive fight, and both guys are scoring.
But I just see Jermain is slowly starting to back a lot more, and that's the one thing you can't do. Jermain has a good right hand, but he has a tendency, as his promoter Ludabella say, is a bow and arrow type. He jabs and he kind of winds up on the right hand, and you can see it coming. It's a hard right, but you see it coming. That's why he doesn't have the amount of knockouts he should have. Where Kelly's is a little bit more deceiving the way he shoots him.
Well, and one other subtle difference. I think at the end of the day, Pavlik's punches are straighter, and straighter punches get to the target faster.
Yeah, very simple and straight. But I see a lot of determination in the eyes of Jermain Taylor. He's fighting just as he talked to you. He's fighting the fight of his life, this fight here. And you can see he's determined to win this fight if it's any way possible. And I think he's going to end up now going back to the ropes more and more under the pressure.
Well, the pressure is the real point here, because Pavlik wants to keep Taylor working 3 minutes around, hoping that he tires later, without jeopardizing himself by leaving himself too open.
Good right hand by Taylor.
He left himself open that time.
Couple of body shots. Taylor missed with an uppercut. Pavlik wants to keep backing Taylor up. He hasn't been able to do it all the time in this round.
Jermain need to get back to his jab. As long as he's jabbing in, you can set up. You can't see what he's going to do, but right now he's not jabbing enough. And if you don't, Kelly will slowly take control of the fight again.
Left hook by Pavlik. Taylor answers with a right. Good jab by Taylor there. Pavlik with his own jab. Slowly, inexorably, Pavlik continues to make his point by going forward and backing Taylor up. That's the heart of his strategy, and it's working so far.
I need some head movement in there, okay? Give this kid some head movement and give this kid some fucking feints, all right?
Yeah.
Come on.
He ain't doing anything different, Kel. He's right there. He's not doing anything different. Look for that damn body, okay? When you get him to these ropes, bang, bang, bang.
Another thing, Kelly, look at me.
You're straightening that knee. Bend it. Bend it.
Hand here. I mean, you slip it in now. Drive it. Doing good. Looking good.
Are we going to keep that left hand going?
Protect yourself at all times.
Here you see a right hand very similar to the right hand that caused all of the damage in the first round in the second round in the first fight. It's almost identical punch.
This is the type of fight that Taylor was doing well in the 3rd through the 6th rounds of the first fight.
Second round was definitely better for Taylor. Harold Letterman gives him the round, evening it up on the scorecards. You saw in CompuBox stats between rounds that Jermain Taylor's punch output has dropped tonight from what he threw in Atlantic City. That's a little bit misleading, perhaps, because the big punch output in the first 2 rounds in Atlantic City was partially produced by the assault on Pavlik in round 2. Taylor landed 42 out of 50 power shots in the second round in Atlantic City. That's an extraordinary number, which we are not likely ever to see duplicated between the two again.
Kelly is starting to find his range with his jab right now in this round here. And that's something that Jermain needs to not let him. Jermain got to get back to working his jab himself. When he picks Kelly's jab off with his glove and then counters with his own jab, he out-jabs Kelly. He's got to get to doing it again. So he's letting Kelly shoot jabs, and Kelly's doubling up on his jabs now. And then there are two and then a right hand.
Manuel, you're sounding like a trainer standing in the fighter's corner. And it's obviously why you have to do that. You've spent a couple of years in his corner.
Jermain Taylor insisted in a meeting with us yesterday that he would go to the body much more than in the first fight. That has not happened so far, though there were a couple of good body shots in round 2. Pavlik threw 66 punches in each of the first 2 rounds. He would like to get it up to about 80 or 90. That's the pace at which he really likes to fight. Chopping right hand across the top by Taylor after 2 body shots by Kelly Pavlik. it's Pavlik who started to think body a little bit, perhaps trying to get that punch count up. Hard right hand by Taylor. Tonight, Kelly Pavlik is seeing them coming a little better.
Yeah, Kelly is fighting the same fight he fought before. I think Jermain is showing a lot more intensity, a little bit more patient tonight. But Kelly's fighting the same basic fight, which is to try to eventually start dominating the fight with his jab. But Jermain, if he works his jab, Jermain can set up a lot of things, because he has a much faster left jab than Kelly.
There's the Pavlik jab.
Stop.
Neither fighter really loves infighting. They both like to operate from puncher's distance. Right hand and a left hook by Taylor. Pavlik covered up, now goes back to work. Good jab by Taylor.
Well, they're fighting a much more disciplined fight than the first time. A boxer's fight.
Looks like he's learned something from watching the tapes of the first fight. Ha!
Listen, you can't just stand straight in front of this kid. Bend those knees, baby, and work.
Get the bucket up.
What's that?
You win that round?
He's a jab right there. Step on with the right hand.
How's it feel?
Come on, babe.
Nice to be missed on the short punch. Yes, sir.
Good job. Hey, breathe. Take a deep breath.
Shift gears a little bit, okay?
Slip
Pick
a
up the
little bit.
patience a little bit now.
Go.
CompuBox numbers through round 3. Pavlik has thrown twice as many, but they've landed about the same number. Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Jim. 2 rounds to 1. 29-28, Jermain Taylor. Jim, in rounds 2 and 3, I thought Jermain just landed the cleaner, harder shots with that right hand. I mean, he really landed some nice right hands. So he won those 2 rounds of clean punching. Kelly Pavlik backed him up, landed the left jab, and some good right hands to win the first round. 2-1, Jermain Taylor, based on clean punching.
Neither man has been hurt. Both have landed some very solid shots.
Well, one thing I give Jermain credit for, he has not went to the ropes this time. He's done a fantastic job of staying in the center of the ring.
We've had 4 fights, a total of 28 rounds on this boxing card so far, and not a single clinch that I can remember in any of the 4 fights. No clinches here.
Stop. I got you. Let him up.
Round 4 is the most tactical round of the fight so far, and the crowd sort of settles in as though for the long haul.
But what's happening, the most dominant punch in this fight now is turned out to be the left jab of Kelly. Jermain has got to get back. He's winning. He's throwing a lot of punches that are not landing as clean as it seems to the crowd, but Kelly's consistently just pumping that left jab all the time.
Watch your hands in there.
And gradually, we start to see a pattern that developed toward the end of the first fight, which is that Jermain wings punches to the outside, sometimes both hands, left and right, while Pavlik resolutely keeps going straight up the middle.
And his jab connect percentage is getting to be very high right now.
Good left hook by Pavlik off the straight right hand. Another right hand for Pavlik. Taylor with a good jab and another good jab. Needs to keep working it. Hard right hand by Taylor. That's what happens when he lands his jab. Good left hook by Taylor.
Well, I think he's going to be smart and make sure he places his punches and not get too excited like he did the first fight.
Body shot by Kelly Pavlik. More and more, he's investing in those to go with the jab.
See, even though Kelly
Hard
has
right hand by Pavlik and another. Taylor jabs again to move him back. Another hard right hand by Pavlik, and Taylor comes back with a wild winging left hook. Good fight.
Whatever else you can say, the knockout and the defeat has had a positive effect on Jermain
Listen,
Taylor.
we're even it up there, okay? We're in there now. Listen, all we got to do, we got to get through the next couple rounds, okay? This kid is fading already. He's starting to fade, all right? You hear me? He's starting to fade. He's starting.
Big one.
Got to get that second breath.
Calm down, babe. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Relax.
You get hit if you stay.
Relax.
In the middle. All right. Then where you're not going to stay. In the middle. All right. Come on.
You can do it. Just start working out. Pop, pop. Right hand down the pop.
Absolutely.
If you start throwing that right hand short right over his jab, he step over.
It's right there for you.
Easy night. I still like to see that right hand there.
CompuBox sees the same thing you're seeing, Emmanuel. In the fourth round, Kelly Pavlik 16 out of 49 in the jab category to 8 of 22 for Taylor. So Kelly Pavlik focusing on the jab, stepping up the tempo, building his punch count, maybe behind on the scorecards, but is fighting the strategy he wants to fight.
Well, I think both guys are fighting a little bit what they wanted to do, but Jermain right now I thought would be trying to move around and give him more angles, but he's more and more gradually starting to, do less jabbing, which I think he needs to jab a lot more, and then set up the sneaky punches over top. But so far, it's a very good competitive fight, and Jermain is throwing his punches, I think, a lot shorter when he does throw his power punches than he did the first fight. Even though Kelly Pavlik has a high knockout rate, I've never considered him a really big puncher. He's a systematic guy who gradually wears you down, and then he stops you, but not just a single big one punch. And that's what he's going for tonight, to try to gradually grind Jermain down.
Isn't that true of most knockout artists, Emmanuel?
Only Tommy Harrison, Warner, and Mike Tyson. These are guys who knocked out quality fighters in the first and second rounds. That was punching power. But Kelly's on the line of great fighters like Marvin Hagler, who systematically just wore guys down.
How does Pavlik's punching power compare to that of Marvin Hagler?
I think Marvin may have been a little better puncher, believe it or not. But see, Marvin fought so many top quality name fighters off his own that he didn't knock him out that easy. But Kelly hasn't had, not as his fault, just they get top middleweights up there. But I think Kelly's just a good puncher, not a great puncher, but he puts things together so well that he gradually wears him down and then knocks him out.
Jermain Taylor is punching more accurately tonight than has been his norm in the past.
The work rate of Kelly is becoming to be a bigger factor.
You think that Jermain does not have the stamina to go 3-minute rounds hard, back to back to back?
I don't know, but so far he's been doing extremely well, and he's, very conservative, placing his punches. But I don't know, after going down the stretch, that's what Kelly's depending on, is to wear him down in about 6 rounds or 7 rounds.
Right hand by Pavlik brings blood from Taylor's nose. Left nostril now leaking blood. Pavlik will go after it again with right hands.
Jab is setting up a lot of things, and it's starting to bother Jermain a lot, simply because he's not doing nothing about it. He should kick and return, but and that's what he should do more often.
Hard left hook by Taylor. 5 rounds complete. Leather, skin, sweat, and blood. Good fight, and both fighters acknowledge it to each other.
Good body work, baby.
Baby, we got to get more body. Come on, baby, we got to get more body.
We got to break that body down, baby.
Baby, still looking good. We looking good. Looking good. I want to flare it every now and then. Offset it. If I go at the same pace, I want you to offset that.
It's gonna come, baby, okay? Huh?
Come on.
It's there. It's there. It's a matter of time.
Here you see Kelly Pavlik once again landing this left jab. And notice the gloves are not even closed. It's more than just a camouflage. He uses it to blind you over your left eye before he lands his right hand. And that's why he steadily keep pumping those jabs. And when he feels his right, he's shooting those right hands in there after. But Jermain is doing a great job right now, pretty much just outpowering him with combinations and not fighting because he's not matching him jab for jab.
Kelly Pavlik, 24 out of 74 by CompuBox count in the 5th round. Taylor, 20 out of 43. Pavlik's work rate beginning to show up, but Taylor still landing a higher percentage of his punches. Those fast hands of his.
Something that should be noted. We know that Taylor has had problems with stamina in the past. But Kelly Pavlik has only gone past 8 rounds once, and that was a 9th round knockout.
Yeah, but he's so relaxed. You look at the study of the body language, he's so relaxed in there, where Jermain, even though he's landing punches, he's still tense. That's his nature of Jermain. He's a really high tense, hyper type guy. And I think that burns up a lot of his energy, where Kelly's totally relaxed.
Stop, I got you, I got you.
You see Jermain is having problems with the jab now. He's flinching, he's reaching, he's blocking. He's getting preoccupied so much with the jab of Kelly. That's what Kelly wants him to do.
That is 9 straight unanswered punches by Pavlik.
And that's what he's
10,
doing.
11, 12. They aren't landing necessarily, but there finally is an answer from Taylor, who seemed to be trying to catch pressure in the middle of the round, and now rips Kelly Pavlik with a hard right hand.
But the difference is Kelly's consistent, though. Jermain is having explosions and then takes a break, and Kelly comes right back and keeps pumping him. Keep working him, keep working him. And Jermain is punching in explosions and then want to rest, but Kelly won't let him rest.
The relentless work rate of Kelly Pavlik, the dynamic explosions of Jermain Taylor.
Good body work by
Good way to
Taylor,
describe
which
it.
is unusual for him.
Stop.
Kelly can't match Jermain for hand speed, and he knows that. He's just trying to win by consistency. Jermain is placing his punches very good, and thus far may have really won this round.
Stop.
I can't see that. Too much difference in the number of punches thrown and landed.
But the crowd gets excited over those big, wide punches, and then maybe some of the judges may too.
Hard left hand by Taylor. Stop Pavlik in his tracks. In addition to everything else, both fighters showing good chins tonight. 10 seconds to go to the halfway point of the fight.
How's your condition, man? Feel good? Great. Because his ain't, believe me. Okay? But you can't stand straight up. Gotta keep pushing him back, keep pushing him back. Well, halfway through the fight, okay? He can't go this pace, I'm telling you, for 12.
Breathe through your mouth. No water yet.
All right.
Breathe through your mouth. Breathe. Come on. Breathe.
One more.
Body shots good. Let's keep doing it.
Beautiful body, baby.
Still, you need to start going to the weak side.
I know, coach. A
Come
little
on.
more body, a little more weak
Every time
side.
you throw that jab, you bust him with the right hand every time.
Use your legs. Don't stand there.
Watch it.
You feel okay?
Kill him with your jab.
You're looking beautiful. You got to get more punches, though, okay? More punches.
CompuBox numbers in the 6. Pavlik 17 out of 66. Taylor throwing 31 punches. His low output of the fight, landing 13. Harold, how do you have it halfway through?
Okay, Jim. 4 rounds to 2, 58-56, Jermain Taylor. Jim, I gotta say something about judging boxing, what the judges should be looking for. I'm not counting punches as a judge. What I'm doing is I'm looking to see who's doing more damage. I'm saying who's hurting the other guy worse. And I think that Jermain Taylor is the stronger, more powerful guy so far. 4-2, Jermain Taylor.
I have the fight even.
guy who had the guts to fight through the first Hopkins fight after getting a severe cut in his forehead and a concussion in the fourth round.
Now Jermain is working that beautiful left jab, and he would do that all night. Kelly would have a lot of problems. And then he would be able to land those power shots even better than he's landed them now.
This is the round, of course, in which PAVLIK eliminated Taylor in Atlantic City, and so far the body language for Taylor in the 7th looks better tonight than was the case back in September. Interesting CompuBox observation is that Taylor's power punch output has dropped dramatically. He's throwing, by CompuBox count, fewer than half as many power punches tonight as he threw in Atlantic City, which maybe will help him to preserve the stamina that he said he lost in the first fight.
You think the extra few pounds means anything?
Well, in this case, it doesn't look like it's making. Yeah, I think both guys are a little stronger maybe than they were in the last fight. But Jermain's hand speed is right now a big factor for him in this fight.
Good body shot by Taylor. PAVLIK still coming forward when he can.
Stop. I got you.
Stretches in which the work is all Kelly PAVLIK and Taylor just isn't punching back. Whether he's trying to get a rest, can't find an opening, he allows PAVLIK to throw 15, 20 unanswered shots. Now the body flurry by Taylor. And he reaches for a jab upstairs but doesn't get there. Beautiful night in Las Vegas. The lights are on. The electricity bill is very high. The city can pay it.
We'll bring it right back up. Good work. Very good work. Raise that mouthpiece a little bit.
Kel, you can make it really easy if you double that fucking jab. Okay, my man?
Go inside,
Yes, that's where I need you, right there. Okay? When you back him up, whip that right hand underneath that fucking elbow. You got me?
Yes.
All right, baby. Come on. You got 5 more to go.
CompuBox average per round through round 7. PAVLIK 21 out of 69. Taylor 15 out of 38. Can he beat Kelly PAVLIK, throwing significantly fewer punches per round? We shall see.
Well, when a guy with the hand speed of Jermain, even if he doesn't land clean blows sometimes, it creates a lot of excitement, like the flare at the end to the body, even though they may be partially blocked, but it creates a lot of excitement with the crowd and oftentimes with the judges, which can neutralize the consistent work of a guy like Kelly PAVLIK in terms of scoring.
Let him up.
Left hook landed.
Stop. I got you.
Taylor starting to clinch a little bit more to get a blow.
Taylor doing a much better job tonight of handling Kelly PAVLIK's right hand than was the case in Atlantic City. PAVLIK hasn't landed as many solid shots with the right.
Yeah, but that was when he was exhausted and fatigued when he was landing those punches. He's keeping his hands up very good and high tonight, which is very impressive to me, but I'm just worried about him starting to back. If he doesn't back to those ropes as he was trying.
It just seems to me like one of those primaries in which one of the fighters is casting a lot more votes. Taylor has flurries that look spectacular, but PAVLIK is grinding, throwing, and backing Jermain up all the time. shot by Taylor. Pavlik blocks that one with his gloves. See the trickle of blood from the left nostril of Pavlik. That's been there before.
And outside of the left jab of Pavlik coming through, Jermain has been very successful in blocking the right-hand punches and all of the other punches coming from Kelly. His defense is very good tonight. The only thing he's having a problem with is Kelly's jab, but everything else he's neutralizing.
Well, both of them have gone to school on the first fight, being more deliberate, trying to protect themselves a little bit better. So what we have is an intense boxing contest.
Pavlik blocked those shots with his gloves, landed his jab, sneaks in a right hand. Taylor lands a big right hand shot. Tries to come back with a left hook. Pavlik straightens himself out, keeps coming forward behind the jab.
Hands free. Stop. That's a bell.
The exchanges just at the bell have been very good.
Put the back it up. Okay.
Hold that. Go ahead.
Kelly, don't shake no fucking hands with nobody.
Yeah,
man.
quit shaking his hand, man.
He's
Fuck
looking
it.
for your kindness.
Listen
that
to me.
shit.
Yeah. Kel, listen to me, baby.
Hear you.
Okay?
All ears.
You win.
Can you pick it up? Yes, sir. Okay, then let's do it, all right?
What round
Good,
is it?
baby? What round we got?
All right. All right, babe. Look good. Keep boxing. Keep boxing.
Very
Keep
good
picking
work,
him
very
up.
good work.
Pick him
Let's
apart.
Pick it up now. T, let's pick it up, baby.
Jab numbers from CompuBox in round 8. Pavlik 21 out of 39. Taylor 7 out of 19. Taylor did land 8 of his 11 power shots, but he only threw 30 punches in the round. It's even on Harold Letterman's scorecard so far. Larry, you've talked in the past about Kelly Pavlik's poise under pressure. There was an indicator of it there when Jack Lowe said, "Listen to me," between rounds, and Pavlik said, "I'm all ears," as though having a conversation in a bar.
Well, that speaks to the relaxation that Emmanuel referenced earlier. He is one falcon who hears the falconer.
And you know, he's doing, when you consider, he's not no super coordinated guy.
Stop,
not gifted with a lot of superior skills that a lot of boxers have. But just his intelligence and his consistency is what's got him where he is. Whereas Jermain has got way more skills. If he just the idea Jermain just could be consistent and fight consistently for the whole round, he would be unbeatable.
Well, you're talking about skills. I don't know how you measure it. It's a skill to be able to fight intelligently. It's a skill to be able to fight persistently over a long fight. Skill is more than just hand speed, in my view.
I'll never forget once when John McEnroe said to me, "I got more talent in my little finger than Yvonne Lindell has in his whole body." And I said, "John, do you have the talent to go work out for 8 hours at a time?"
Exactly.
Stop. I got you.
One left hook by Taylor. Another good left hand by Taylor. Rips Pavlik again. Pavlik keeps coming forward. Taylor's eyes are swelling shut on both sides. Probably not enough yet to bother his vision, though.
It's interesting to me that Kelly keeps throwing that right hand and Jermain keeps his left hand up, blocking it all the time. I'm surprised that Kelly hasn't changed up and shot a left uppercut or a right uppercut. He's doing the same thing, and Jermain is catching
If
it.
it keeps working, why would he change it?
I don't think he's getting close enough to throw the uppercut, Emmanuel, because Taylor's backing off. Taylor's punch is winging there and missing.
And
Now there's a good shot.
Kelly comes right back and the beat goes on.
And Kelly has been the one coming forward for most of the fight.
which impresses many judges.
Jermain, need more punches. Need more punches, baby.
Hurting him? Huh?
All right. Breathe. Take a deep breath, right? Round 10. It's round 10, baby. Now it's time to work. It's work now. It's work time. Go ahead.
Hey, let's raise them out. Go like that.
All right, come on, wipe him. Okay, listen. We got to fight now, man. Okay, we got to work him. It's a close fucking fight, man. We got to work him. Okay, do not let this motherfucker take this off you, baby. Okay? Okay. We got to work. You got this kid going backwards. Don't let up on him. Don't let up on him. All right, baby? Little swing. Get the bucket. Get the bucket. 10 and 11.
This has become a repetitive litany. In the 9th round, Kelly PAVLIK threw 49 jabs. Jermain Taylor threw 36 total punches, according to CompuBox. Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Look at you, 5 rounds to 4, 86, 85, Kelly PAVLIK. Jim, who do you like? The harder hitter or the busier guy? Now, the last 3 rounds, 7, 8, and 9, I like the busier guy. Kelly PAVLIK coming forward, throwing more jabs, throwing that right hand behind the left jab, backing up Jermain Taylor. But obviously, Jermain Taylor, the harder hitter. I went with the busier guy the last 3 rounds. I thought Taylor just didn't do enough. 5-4, PAVLIK.
I have it 6-3, PAVLIK. I don't know how you can tell that Taylor is the heavy hitter.
That's what a judge has got to do, Larry.
I know, but I don't know how you can tell. What has he done? He's landed some good punches, so has PAVLIK. But be that as it may, PAVLIK thinks it's a close fight, and this is the farthest that PAVLIK has ever gone in a prize fight. He's never gone to the 10th round before.
I got a question. If Taylor's the harder hitter, why is he all swollen up and PAVLIK's not?
Because Kelly PAVLIK has landed the most consistent punch in this entire fight has been the left jab of Kelly PAVLIK. That's been consistently. Everything else is in spots, but the left jab is landing consistently.
Nobody's ever questioned Jermain Taylor's guts. Courage is perhaps his greatest asset. So he'll be here for the next 3 rounds. And this is the first time in his professional career, in his 33rd fight, this is the first time Kelly PAVLIK's ever been to round 10. It's old news for Jermain Taylor, who's had many 12-round fights.
It's interesting, outside of the first round, Jermain hasn't been hit with too many right hands.
Hard right hand over the top by Taylor. PAVLIK goes back to work with the jab.
PAVLIK landed a very good short right hand on the inside. Taylor took it very well.
Yeah, I think considering the way they punched in Atlantic City and the fact that both are 4 pounds heavier tonight, both have shown world-class chins. Taylor's best round in a little while. PAVLIK's going to work hard in these last 30 seconds to try to win it. Good jab by Taylor. 2 good left hooks by Taylor. He's busier in this round. Taylor starting to throw more combinations than has been the case in recent rounds.
I got you. Stop.
10 rounds complete. 2 to go. In Las Vegas, Nevada.
2 rounds.
11th round, guys.
You have to double the jab, okay?
Hey,
We
breathe
need
through
these
your
last
mouth,
2
baby.
rounds, okay? You have to back this kid up.
Breathe through your
You
mouth.
have to beat him this week. We need these 2 rounds. Work hard.
Breathe through your mouth.
Okay? All right?
Yep.
Okay, babe.
Do you see how you connect the beautiful left hook to the body?
Yep.
You got to do more than that.
Gotta get busy.
Okay?
2 rounds, take it.
All right.
When you throw that 1-2, take that 2 down low.
Come on, I
When
want to
you
see that
block
right
like you
hand
did
off
that
the
last
jab.
round.
Off the jab, sit that right hand down low.
That's right.
Off the jab. Sit him use the jab up there. He gonna fall back in. Shoot that right hand right here.
Very nice.
Breathe.
All right. 2 rounds.
In the 10th round, Taylor threw 46 punches. That's his highest number in several rounds, and he landed 15. It's the first round in quite a while in which he outlanded Kelly Pavlik. Now we go to the championship rounds 11 and 12. Once again, Pavlik's never been here. Taylor's been here twice with Bernard Hopkins, with Winky Wright, and on various other occasions as well.
And on the last round, Kelly looked a little sloppy, a little fatigued as he's throwing his punches, but they don't have as much crispness that they had a little bit better early in the fight. And Jermain is still punching when he does punch with the same speed and crispness. He just doesn't punch that often, but when he does, he's very explosive and very sharp.
He has been to the ropes one time in this fight.
I'll give him credit for that, right? He did a fantastic job of staying off the ropes.
Conquering what has been criticized relentlessly as one of his worst bad habits. There hasn't been a clinch in the fight.
Also, he did a good job of blocking right hands, too.
Good body shot by Taylor with the left. Tries to come back with the right.
Stop, I got you.
These last 5 minutes of the fight may decide it.
Stop, stop.
Do you think that regardless of the outcome of this fight, Emmanuel, that Taylor has redeemed himself from the first fight?
Definitely, not only he's redeemed himself, and also Kelly Pavlik has seemed to have been come down in his image a little bit because he was riding across the two great wins over Miranda and Taylor. So I think that Jermain Taylor's image goes up, and I think so slightly a little bit. I think that Kelly's just came down a little bit slightly.
Well, if you're expecting a knockout every time, is in, but I don't believe in that sort of stuff. But Taylor has fought as well as he can. He's fought smart, and he's showing now that he's fighting tough as well.
That's the closest thing to a real clinch that we've seen all night, right there. Came in the 11th round. Body shot by Pavlik, right hand over the top. In case you missed it, about a minute ago there was a warning to Taylor for low blows. That was the first real warning of the fight.
Stop, stop, stop.
This round may be up for grabs, but Pavlik may be putting his imprint on it right
He did
now.
something different, throw a right hand to the body when Jermain put his head up. Anyway, this is seems to be his round right now. Jermain seems to be very fatigued.
The first time his back hit the ropes all night long.
He looks like he's about to go down. He's very tired.
I think Pavlik just surged in the last minute of that round.
So it'll be a rough 3 minutes for Jermain. The next round.
Jermain,
Where were you when you got
baby.
you?
On the ropes.
come on,
On
baby.
the ropes, exactly. Stay
Jermain,
off them ropes.
last freaking round. Come on, baby. You got to have it. You got to have him.
What you got left?
But you gotta be smart. You gotta be smart.
The body killing, man.
Yes, he don't like that fucking. Every time you touch that body, he wants to grab. You gotta get in his ass. You understand me? Yeah.
We need a knockdown, baby. We need a
You
knockdown.
need to beat his ass as well.
Last round.
Here you can see he falling a few times and he went to the ropes maybe the first time, and this is what happens. A vicious body shot underneath instead of throwing a regular 1-2 to the head. And I think that took a lot of energy out of Jermain. From that point on, he's been very weak.
Pavlik landed 24 punches in the round, according to CopyBox. Taylor landed only 10. His low total of the fight, the last minute of the round, clearly belonged to Kelly Pavlik. What now happens in round 12?
Stop, stop, stop. No, no.
Hard right hand by Taylor. Pavlik comes back with 2 hard shots of his own.
Jermain is fighting a very determined fight. He's very tired.
Stop.
He's
No
going
more,
to
no
fight
more.
until there's nothing left in him. And Kelly still have to be a little careful somewhere because he can still get caught.
Taylor's right eye has swelled up to grotesque proportions. But it still doesn't seem to bother his vision. Pavlik's landed that left jab over and over and over.
I got you. I got you.
Taylor backing away there.
Stop.
Needs to throw. Needs to use his fast hands. Throw combinations.
Pavlik is the same fighter he was in the first fight. Taylor hasn't been.
And for his stamina and pattern, the same fight he was in the first round.
3 punches for Pavlik, 1 for Taylor. Pavlik just looks steadier on his feet. Has more energy. But Taylor is still coming up with those big moments and fast flurries. Jab and right hand by Taylor, by Pavlik. Taylor with a left hook. Second big clinch of the fight.
Does Taylor not sense that he's got to put on a big flurry here, that he's got to try to do some serious damage, Emmanuel?
I think he feels it, but I think he's very tired. He's doing the best that he can. I think he's looking at his legs and his body motion. He's totally exhausted.
Pavlik bounces back into position and goes back to work with the jab. The energy is all Pavlik. The desperation is helping Taylor. Jab by Pavlik. Taylor backing up when he needs to throw. Jab and right hand by Pavlik. Body shot by Pavlik.
I got you. Let him go.
Taylor not getting off anything significant during that stretch. Right hand missed, left hand landed for Taylor. Good body shot for Jermain. Going forward one last time. 10 seconds to go. Jab by Pavlik. Taylor misses, now lands a body shot. They trade inside, and that's going to do it. What a fight. Mutual respect at center ring.
Yeah, very good fight. Both guys fought a very determined and focused fight.
Two guys who fought 19 of the best rounds we've seen in the last few years.
And very few clinches.
I don't know how Harold has it yet.
115, 113 Pavlik.
I had it 116 to 112, but my guess is the scores will be a little closer to what Harold has.
Here are the judges who will be scoring the fight. Patricia Jarman, veteran judge here in Nevada, 66 title fights, one of the 5 Nevada judges who preferred Jermain Taylor over Bernard Hopkins in their 2 12-round matches here in Las Vegas. Dave Moretti, also one of the 5 Nevada judges who preferred Jermain Taylor over Bernard Hopkins. The only one who didn't was Jerry Roth in the first of the 2 fights between the 2. And then Glenn Crowbridge, 12 title fights, least experienced of the 3, had Oleg Moskayev ahead of Hasim Rahman 105-104 in August of 2006. Now let's go to Michael Buffer for the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. Dave Moretti, 117, 111. Patricia Morse Jarman, 115, 113. Glenn Trowbridge, 116, 112. All to the winner by unanimous decision. Still undefeated from Youngstown, Ohio, Kelly, the gold